Hello everyone, my name is Alicia and I'm coming to you live from the SIGNSHACK. As you're hopping on, please let me know you're here. Give me your name, where you're from, say hello. I love to meet everybody. And again, I am Alicia and I am the ambassador for the Stencilsmith. And today I'm going to be doing a spring door hanger. I'm going to be doing bunny in a basket, and it is just the cutest little thing. Like I said, as you're hopping on, please let me know. Say hello. I'm going to try to get my comments to come up on my secondary device here. Let's see. Maybe. So again, say hello as you are popping on. Swipe left. I don't know if I'm swiping the wrong, I think I'm swiping the wrong way. There we go. Hello, Colleen. Now it's working. I always get confused. It's really when if you've never done a live before, you have mirror images you have to deal with. And if you're going to your right, in the camera, it's going to the left. So it's really weird. It can really mess you up. But anyhow, like I said, as you are hopping on, please say hello. I am Alicia of the SIGNSHACK, and I am the ambassador for the Stencilsmith. And as you're hopping on as well, if you wouldn't mind saying hello, comment, let me know where you're from. If you're watching on replay or live, hi Carol, how are you? Hi Rhonda. And this is my sprinkle, if you wouldn't mind sprinkling me out there. Hello April, hello Dominica. I would really, really appreciate it. It helps me out. And it helps the Stencilsmith out. So we always appreciate sprinkles. And that just means simply this. And we appreciate hearts and likes and all that stuff too. It helps us with our Facebook algorithm. And I just got a new sign back here. I don't know, I may have to move closer next live, but it's behind me. And it tells my code. So next time I may have to move closer, and then the number of the stencil I'm using and the size. I thought that would be kind of nice to do because the stencils do have numbers. Okay, so your screen is frozen. Yeah, sometimes if your screen freezes, go out and come back in, and I don't know why, it just works. It's kind of like unplugging and plugging in. Unplugging and plugging in a device. I'm having trouble with this today. Okay, so anyhow, like I said, as you're popping on, please say hello. Let me know you're here. We're going to be doing bunny in a basket today, and I'm doing it on an 18-inch round. And so this is my round that I got here. I got it at Craft Deals, and I painted it white. These are really nice rounds from Craft Deals. I either get them there or I do get them at Home Depot too. Those are really nice as well. Hello Laura, how are you from the UK? Hello Barbara from New York. It's nice to meet everybody. I'm going to try and move my secondary device over here a little bit more so it's more head on for me to see instead of at an angle. But anyhow, this is an 18-inch round that I got at Craft Deals. I made my own little hanger for the top here because it's double-sided. This is I had this hanging last week on my live. This is one of the Stencilsmith's other really cute stencils that I have hanging on my front door right now. So I'm going to make it double-sided on this side. And I've already painted it white. I love the Craft Deal rounds too. Happy Tuesday, Dominica. Hi, Mary Jo. Oh, you finally have a voice in a moving picture. Well, I'm glad, Dominica. Hello, Michelle from Michigan. Hello, Barbara. I think I told you that. Anyhow, like I said, as you're popping on, let me know who you are if you're watching it live or on replay. So this is the 18-inch round I'm using, and I'm going to be using the 18-inch number 8748. So if you want to make a note of that, or it will always be after the live, you can go back. I have all the links like above this video in the description, all the, the ones that I use. So I am using this one, and it's got 2 overlays. So have you worked with overlays before, many of you? What do I use for hangers, Rhonda? I make mine, hi Cindy, how are you? My sister came up with the idea, it's really clever. I take 2 things of the rebar, I don't know if I have it, like the cement rebar ties. These things here. Let me grab one, they're all, if I can grab one, they're all twisted together. Anyhow, I get 2 of these. And you can get them at Home Depot. You have to wash them because they're real, again, I'm going the wrong way in the camera. They're real greasy when you get them. But I use 2 of them, and I pinch these little things together with needle nose pliers. And I just tie a knot on one loop and wrap the twine around it. This, you know, this stuff, you can get it like at the Dollar Tree. Right there. Wrong way again. I wrap that around it, and it makes a real bendable, really, really strong holder for your door hanger. And I love them. So and they look cute too when you do that. So that's what I use. You would contact April, Laura. Let's see, Laura from the UK. I'm not sure if they have them. So if you're saying UK, if you're talking in England, maybe April from the UK. I'm not sure whether they have affiliates in, because I don't think they ship overseas is the problem. But anyhow, as you're hopping on, let me know. So we're going to be doing 8, 7, 4, 8. And this is the first part of the overlay, the basket. Isn't that the cutest little thing? And then it'll come like this, and this will be overlay, they'll be labeled number 1, as you can see there. And then if you ever get confused, there's always a number. It'll tell you, like this gives the number of the stencil, it's an 18-inch, and it's 3 parts. So if you can see that, it's always engraved on all your pieces. And then this is overlay number 2. And there are really, have you used overlays before? That's what I thought. You only ship to the USA and Canada. It is a great idea, Colleen. And my sister did a video of how to make those. I'll have to find it and reshare it with everybody maybe tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Judy. Judy likes my new message board. How are you today? I hope you're feeling better. So anyhow, I am going to angle you down, and we're going to start on this. Let's see here. Okay, seems like it's awful. Is that too shadowed, people? Yes, they're really self-explanatory how to use the overlays. They're pretty easy peasy, I think. And usually, if I ever get confused, I just look at the picture on the website, and it explains all to me. All I got to do is look at it. So I'm going to use the first part of this. And I am going to try to center it. I got so much stuff on my table here, I got to move a couple things. I'm going to try and just kind of eyeball it here with my thumbs. Okay, and I'm going to do my basket first. And there's really nowhere to tape this. I don't know where my tape is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of tape to the side there, right on the sides, the edges of my round here. Yes, I'm painting upside down, so sometimes I get really, I can get messed up. I was doing a round for, it was actually the one I showed you first, the one with the clovers, and I was doing it, and it went so well, and I got like 4 or 5 signs that done day, and I was doing it to make a reel on it, and I did it upside down for the camera and everything, and then I looked, and I had this hanger already on it, and it was like crooked like that. So that's another thing. If you already have a hanger on your board, make sure that your stencil is lining up with where, you know, the center of the, where it's going to be hanging, because I have done that. I did it just recently, not paying attention, getting all excited and ahead of myself. So again, this is an 18-inch round. And it is on it's an 18-inch round from Craft Deals. I painted it casement in Fusion Mineral. You can use any white water-based acrylic paint that you have. And I am going to be using for the basket, I'm going to be using this Deco Art Espresso right here for the basket. I do have a brown with Fusion Mineral. I have all kinds of different acrylic paints too that I use as well. Not as much. I really like Fusion Mineral. It's my favorite, but they work great. And I did not have quite the shade of brown. That is the one thing about Fusion Mineral. It's kind of limited. So I'm just going to squirt some onto my paper plate. And I did see where I had some people recently that had been asking. We have a new paint and share site with the Stencil Smith, and everybody's work is so beautiful. It's so inspiring. And let me tell you, it's made me add a bunch more things to my cart. Hi, Renee. How are you? And a lot of people were asking how to not get bleeds. Well, the biggest trick to bleeds is, this is a brush that I use quite often. This is a Klingon 035. This is a wonderful, wonderful brush. I'm sorry if I'm getting tongue-tied. And, but any nice stencil brush will do. But make sure that you get your paint in your bristles. So you've got them in your bristles, but then you want to offload. So you want to have an almost dry brush. The drier the better, even if you have to do several layers. And I am going to swirl this on the board, just like this. And I like to tape mine down because it won't move. You know, sometimes it's impossible and you have to hold it down. I know people have asked about adhesives before. I don't use adhesives. I just use tape, and it works fine for me. I've never used adhesives ever. And I'm not saying I never have bleeds, but I rarely have bleeds. Yeah, the talent in that paint and share group has been amazing. I cannot believe it. So what are you guys working on for spring and Easter? Hi, Donna. How are you? You're popping in and out. I hope your snow has stopped. Well, Linda, this stencil today and tomorrow is going to be on sale for 20% off. It is stencil 8748, or Bunny in a Basket. This is the 18-inch. It comes in many different sizes. And if you use my code SIGNSHACK, that's SIGNSHACK, you save an additional 15%. So you'll be getting 35% off this particular stencil, which I think is an amazing deal. And you only need $35 to get free shipping. And if you just want to get the one stencil, their shipping is not that much. And you'll get the cute little box with the pretty tissue paper. I believe some would use that for chalk paint. Yeah, this is a Klingon 035. I got mine on Etsy, and it is a beautiful, it just does a beautiful job. And as you'll see, if I lift up here, no bleeds. Just really nice and light. I'm going to do another coat. But it's better to have less is more when you're stenciling. Less is more. Hi, Donna. How are you? Thank you so much. Amazon just says, what? My husband didn't know how much I ordered from Amazon until he retired. And then he was like, what do you have going on here? And my daughter, she can't get anything delivered out in her house. She's very rural. So I get her stuff delivered here too, and she comes and gets it. And so I get a lot of boxes. Yes, I love the basket weave too. And I was thinking when I was doing this, like a little patch of this, you could probably use also like for bricks. If you don't, April and Pete at the Stencil Smith, they do have a brick pattern, but if you were in a pinch and you had this, you could use this for a brick pattern as well. This basket weave, maybe some kind of tile, I don't know. I like trying to find multiple uses out of my stencils. Do you girls have any ideas? Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. Yeah, the basket weave is really, really pretty. And the color I'm using, I think it's espresso. Is that what it is? Yeah, this is espresso from Deco Art. It's a nice brown. I have a chocolate with fusion mineral, but it's really, really dark. I was fooling with it earlier and it just didn't seem, it seemed way too dark for this project in my opinion. So again, I'm just swirling around this stencil and I love it. But you can get these brushes on Etsy. Oh yeah, see Sherry, look at you. The hydrangeas, anything. You could have this basket and you could do a basket full of flowers. That would be so cool. There's many things you could do with this. Many, many things. But again, like I said, it's easier when you're stenciling to put more on than to get bleeds. And I may even try, I have some sponges cut up. I have not sponged that often. Yeah, Sherry, I wanted to say Sherry's a member of our Paint and Share group, and she got these cute little bunnies. They're like primitive looking bunnies. And I think they might be some of the new releases. There's so many. And she traced them and she did cutouts of them and then painted them up, and oh, they are just, they're darling. They are so cute. I'm pretty sure that was you, Sherry. Was that you? I'm pretty sure. Yes, those bunnies were so cute. I love seeing everybody's work. The only bad thing it is my basket is overflowing now at the Stencil Smith. So that's another thing. If you're new to the Stencil Smith, which I'm assuming most of you aren't, but if you are, everything is made in the USA. They cut them right there. So this is a made in the USA shop. It's a husband and wife business. It's made right here in our great state of Ohio. I love all 50 states, but I'm kind of partial to ours, the Buckeye State. And I know I have a lot of fellow Buckeyes. What is the number on the brush again? The brush is a Klingon 035. And they are a little pricey. I now have 2 of them because I love them so much. I just absolutely love these brushes. And they make really quick work of your leaners. Like I did one last week, this one. I don't know if you girls join me. I don't even know if I can show up, but this one here with the hydrangeas. And it makes such quick work of the, made such quick work of the flowers and of the letters. But I finally ordered a second one, which is really nice. Oh, you're driving to, that's right, you're in Canada, aren't you, Linda? I know there's a lot of Canadians. Yeah, they are out of stock quite often on Amazon. I've gotten mine on Etsy, but I have 2, and honestly, I wouldn't mind having another one. I absolutely love it. Now, my thoughts were to dry brush this, but I actually think I may just leave this as is. It almost looks dry brushed. I like doing a variegated background. You know, you could add another color to this, but I really like this type of a background. What do you girls think? Do you like that? You know, like I said, you could dry brush, you could get a chip brush. I even had one out here and just get some paint with your stencil down and kind of drag it apart. or over it. And I may add a little black into it. I don't know. But I like that. I think that's really pretty. Oh, the peony, oh, I love the peony one. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, so like I said, you could dry brush that, but I'm going to leave this just like this. And I really like that. Sometimes I go in, do you ever go in with a plan, with a stencil, and you think you know what you're going to do and you go the total opposite way, or you do it the way you thought you were going to do it and it really turns out bad? That's happened to me too. That's happened to me an awful lot. Because my brain kind of goes a bunch of different ways. So you guys all like the basket weave, good. So I'm going to stay with this basket weave. Now I'm going to get this first overlay, which is going to be it'll be labeled overlay number 1, but these do come off. You know, you could always take a marker and mark what's overlay number 1, but they are pretty self-explanatory. It's like a puzzle. So I am going to take my overlay and I want to line the line right here, right up with the edge of that basket. And I'm going to center it kind of so it's equal distance from each edge of the basket handle. So I want it right down there. Okay. And I need some, I'll just reuse my tape off of here. Because goodness knows, supplies, painter's tape is expensive. And I use mine till there's no stick left. And that's just 2 little pieces of painter's tape. So these are going to be the eggs, and this is going to be the outline of the bunny. Now the bunny, I just want to do really lightly in a gray. Just so, you know, the background is white, but I just want it real faintly. Yes, April, just put the link up for the stencil. And then Sherry, it is also always, I list them in the description of my video, which is up at the top of where the video would be at. So I'm using Pebble, this real light gray infusion mineral. I had another gray I was monkeying with. Earlier, I forget what color it was, but it was way too dark. So this is a lighter gray. And again, I have almost a dark brush. That is the key to stenciling. And I'm going to start like on the outsides of the bunny where the outline is at. And just kind of shade around ever so lightly. I'm not pressing down very hard. I just want a little bit of shading to this bunny. I'm going to get a little bit more of that pebble. And this is just a really light gray. And if you have a darker gray, you know, you could always add a white to it to lighten up any color. You know, you could always do that. And I'm just kind of going around the edges here. And then inward. I don't want it to be anything that's really dark. Get just a little bit more on my brush and then offload. So does anybody know, tell me what the size game board? Ooh, the size game board. Are you talking about the one that I did on the live a couple weeks ago or about a month ago? The family one, Rhonda? I want to say it was a medium. Oh, you're getting a 15-inch. I don't know, because mine was an 18-inch round. So again, I'm just kind of swirling around this bunny. Not super dark. And I want to see how light that is. That's just really, really light. Not sure if I want to do another. Do you like that, or do you think I should do one more coat? I kind of like that kind of lighter, but I might do just one more little coat. What do you think, girls? I want it to be light. Yeah, I did mine on an 18-inch. You like it, Sharon? You like it, Judy? It looks good. It's soft. Okay, I'm going to stick with this then. I was getting nervous. Okay, if you girls like it, I'm just going to do a bit more like around where the edges are at. Right there. I don't want it to be too dark. I don't want to have like a really dark Easter bunny. I think that's pretty, and it's a real light gray. And like I said, if you want it even lighter, you could add some white to it to lighten that up. Just on the very edge. That's what I was thinking. I'm going to add just a little bit around the edge. Just around the edges. And just leave the inside real light. So who of you here are spongers? Because I am really not much of a sponger. I've tried it about 3 times. I do think I may use them today, though I cut some up. But you're going to have to bear with me because there's so many colors on this. And I thought I'd try sponging for the eggs. Yeah, I like that. I darkened it up just a little bit around the edges to give it a little more definition. And I like that. So I'm going to plop that. So you're excited, April? Oh, you're excited about the order. Okay. I'm getting really hot in here. We have this propane heater out here, and all of a sudden it's getting really hot. I think I just get nervous when I'm doing these. Okay, so I want to do, I think this one in purple. I'm going to do a lavender, this egg right here. So I am going to attempt a sponge because, and I'll tell you why. When I do this many colors, I hate the cleanup. The cleanup is horrible. It takes, you know, all those brushes you got to clean and stuff like that. And I always clean my brushes. I'm kind of type A that way. You're excited about my bunny too, huh? Well, I'm glad, April. Thank you. So I have found, and I want to try the sponges because, as I said, it's good for lots of colors. So I'm using this Divine Lavender, which is a real pretty light purple for my one Easter egg from Fusion Mineral. Jeff heard me. He must have been watching. My husband heard me. I'm like, it's really hot out here. I was hoping he was watching so he could come out and turn the propane one out. So it's just like the brush. I've got a little makeup sponge, and I offloaded it. So I'm not the greatest at this. I've only done it a couple times, but I thought I was going to try it for the eggs because there's 4 egg colors. So I don't know if any of you have sponged a whole lot. I know April has sponged. So we will see. Okay, and I'm going to give that a quick little dry. No bleeds, that's good. And I want my eggs solid. I don't want those variegated like the rest. You do want to dry your paint. April, where did you get the sponge? April sent me these sponges. I don't know where she got them, but they're really nice. Yeah, they're good for detailed pieces too. But like I said, so I'm just dipping my sponge and getting paint on my sponge, and I'm offloading just like I would a brush. So this is about my 3rd time using sponges. So I'm as new at it as the next person unless you've done it an awful lot. And it seems like it's probably going to take 3 coats then. So do you guys throw your sponges out, or you started out sponging? I prefer brushes, I have to say. But I thought with all these colors, I was going to give it a try. Alligator clips, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Like I said, I'm new to sponges, but I thought I would try it. I made that decision like right before the live. Sometimes I do things like that. So this will be the third thing, the third coat, and I'm offloading just like I would. So I've got, oh, and this third coat's real nice. There we go. Yeah, it just seems like when you're doing lots of colors, sponges could come in so handy. I know I did one, a Merry Christmas round, and it was really, really a lot of colors, the different light bulbs and stuff like that. And when I was cleaning up those brushes, a lot of girls said, oh, you should have tried sponges. So here I am trying sponges. So you just cut off the edge of the sponge. Yeah, I don't think I cut these into little pieces. So pretty easy, not as quick as brushes. Let's see if that's no bleeding, so that's good. That's what I was worried about. I thought, oh my gosh, watch me get on here. So I'm gonna do this one in a green. And I have this Upper Canada. It's a pretty spring green from Fusion Mineral. But like I said, you can use any. This is just what I like to use. I do use other colors. Or I mean, not other colors. I do use other paints. If the paint dries, you can snip the end of this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could snip the end of the sponge. So I've got this sponge. And I've got paint on it, and I'm going to offload it. Ooh, that's a lot of paint. So I need to offload it. And you probably shouldn't do this over your project, but here I am doing it. You probably shouldn't squirt paint over your project. So yeah, I thought I would try these just to see how it went. Just to show you something different too if you've never sponged like I haven't. I had to sponge, I did a t-shirt the other day, and I definitely had to sponge on that because it was, boy, a t-shirt's really stretchy, friends. Hi Cindy, how are you? So if you haven't ever stenciled on a t-shirt, have any of you stenciled on a t-shirt? That is some tricky material to stencil on. So I'm getting a little bit more of the paint here on my sponge. I offloaded and just dabbing that in there. I guess this would be similar too. I've seen those daubers, but I do prefer brushes. But like I said, I thought I'd try this because I'm going to be using 4 different colors for the eggs. Hi, Karen. How are you? So if you're just hopping on, if you wouldn't mind doing this, any and all of you, I really, really appreciate it. You have for t-shirts and tea towels. I've swirled on tea towels if you wouldn't mind sprinkling, it means an awful lot getting us out there into Facebook land, spreading the love of the Stencil Smith stencils. We sure appreciate it. Getting just a little bit more paint, and I'm going to offload and just add one more coat. It seems like it's taken about 3 coats for the sponges. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind sprinkling us out there, we appreciate it. And if you're joining late also, this is stencil number 8748. It's an 18-inch round. It's on sale today and tomorrow for 20% off, and you can use my code SIGNSHACK and save an additional 15%. And I think that's a really, really good deal. Santa. You guys are talking game boards. Okay, so we've got our bunny and we've got our 2 eggs, and I'm going to pull off this first overlay. And I am going to find what I did with my other overlay. Oh, there it is. Oh, and if you're asking too, I know somebody asked me the other day too, I use the hazy white. When you go to order, there's either the blue or the hazy white. The hazy white is what I like. It cleans up really wonderfully. And the great thing about these stencils is that you can use these over and over again. They do not wear out with use. So with this, again, you're going to line it up at the bottom of your basket, and you want it to butt up to those other eggs. So you can kind of see where your green one is here, and just slide it over so it's in line with your purple and your green one. And I'm going to get some tape here and tape that one down. And this is going to be overlay number 2, but this is such a neat way to do it. You don't have to do a lot of taping off, and it makes for a really, really nice finished look. It really, really does. So I'm gonna, I think, do this one in a blue. I got this bright blue, which is one of my favorite blues. It's called Azure. And I'm just gonna get a little bit out of this. Yep, SIGNSHACK is my code. You'll save 15% on this stuff that's on sale today on this stencil, but you'll also save 15% any day of the year using my code as well. So I've got my eggs lined up. I'm going to do this egg. I wasn't going to do that blue. Yeah, I'm going to do this blue. Too late now. I was going to do an orange here. Well, here we go. We're doing blue. So this is Azure. This is, like I said, one of my favorite colors. And it looks really good with oranges. Blues and oranges look really pretty together. Okay, well guys, my sponge experiment is over. I'm going to a brush. And I'm going to get one of my domed brushes. Because see what's happening to my fingers? So I thought I would give it a try and see. So it's the same. Yeah, Azure and Coral are beautiful. Azure and Coral look really pretty together. I actually grabbed Tuscan, but Coral would be I may go run in and grab that real quick. Hi, Allie, how are you? And like I said, if you're joining late, hello. And if you wouldn't mind sprinkling, we would sure appreciate it. Help us get out there. This blue's a fun blue. And I'm just going to give that a little dry. And I am going to grab my coral, guys, for my other egg. Renee had a great idea. Coral would be so pretty with this. So let me just grab my coral. I didn't grab that. Bear with me 2 seconds. I was going to use my Tuscan orange, but I think this will be much prettier. This coral will be more spring-like with see, that's really pretty. And it goes real well with the blues. Okay, I'm going to dip my brush in the coral just like that, and I am going to offload. Yeah, that is one of my favorite blues. I use that blue a lot. This blue is a really great blue. It pairs really good with this Tuscan too, this orange. These make really cool Halloween things too, that Tuscan and Azure. They look beautiful together. But I'm going to use this coral over here. And I think that's going to be a little more springy than the Tuscan orange. Thank you, Renee, for that. Renee's one of my oldest stenciling friends. You're all my stenciling friends. I've been so fortunate to meet so many nice people since I've been stenciling. Crafting friends are some of the best, I think, even though we've never met. I feel like someday we should have like a cruise or some kind of a gathering together. I think would be really fun. Just a whole bunch of stencilers together, stenciling with our Stencil Smith stencils. Would that not be fun? Got a hair in there. Not a hair, but sometimes your brushes lose bristles every once in a while. Okay, so I have got those colors going. And now I have to do the nose and the ears and the eyes. But I think those are really cute, those little eggs. Oh, you did? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you had a stroke, Kimberly. That would be a beautiful room, though. A gathering would be amazing. I agree, Judy. I think it would be really fun to meet everybody. I always tell people, if I was ever traveling, and I would love to meet people for lunch. You know, just meet people for lunch that you've met along the way. I know, Rhonda, it's just a wonderful community. So this is rose water, and I'm going to be using this on his nose and his ears. And I'm going to use one of my little flashings when I do his nose. You'll bring the snacks? That sounds great. You know, have you seen that meme, like, I didn't know growing up meant like cooking dinner the rest of your life? That's kind of the way I feel. I was not aware of that. I do like to cook, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm tired of it. Hi, Heather, how are you? I need a big RV. Well, Jeff, if you're listening, we need a big RV and we need to go on the road. I'd have to take all my materials with me so I could have my lives. Okay, and I'm going to do the ears here in this rose water. Yeah, trying to figure out every night. A craft retreat would be wonderful. Get my picture? No, we'll have to have Pete's, the Stencil Smith, the logo. A large picture at a certain age is not Not good. You know, the older you get, girls, you know, you look in the mirror and you're like, when did that happen? I agree, Allie. Lots of times I'll make something and then, you know, you end up with so much. So say you make a casserole. So what do you do with the rest of it? It's a lot. So we'll have leftovers. I'll freeze some of it. Yeah, I mean, I wish I didn't have to think so much about meals. I'm really lucky. My husband, he does get up in the morning, every morning since he's retired, and he makes me breakfast. Omelets are my favorite, and he'll make me a nice big omelet. But dinner is usually my own, unless I can coerce him into grilling. Okay, so I got the little pink ears and nose, and I might shade in a little black on his nose too. I'm not sure. I think I may. So I might do one more little coat. Just ears a little bit darker. I think that's such a pretty pink. Oh, thank you, Allie. I appreciate that. I went back and forth. Sometimes that's the hardest part of a project. Yeah, I like all things retro, Dominica. I feel like I'm getting there. Retro, vintage. So we got this, and I am going to do his eyes and a little bit of this, not chocolate. Okay, here we go, this ash. Thank you. Yeah, I don't much use pastel colors, so it's fun to use them. I don't use them a lot in painting. I use a lot of blacks and whites and grays. Let's see. So I have these little pieces of flashing, and I get these on Amazon. My sister got me these, I think at True Value or something like that. But they're real easy. Instead of having to put paint down there, I just lay it over his little nose. And this is called Ash. This is Fusion Mineral, and it's not a really dark black. It's got a lot of grays in it, so it's real nice and soft. But flashing makes it really easy. I kind of like his. Do you girls like his nose pink? What do you think? I do. I was going to add in a little bit of ash to it, but I think I'm going to leave it. Let me know what you think. Yes, I love nose is perfect. Okay, I was unsure. Now my son, he has 2 bunnies now. It's very funny. He has 2 bunnies, and they just rescued 2 dogs. I'm not sure if they're going to take them, 2 little puppies that were abandoned in LA. Oh, I bet you do have leftovers. That would be a hard transition to make, Sherry. Okay, so we're going to leave the nose pink. So I also wanted to, where is my other stencil I was going to use? This one isn't on sale. I think I showed you this last week. But this is like butterflies and little flowers. This is number, I didn't write it down, but let me, there we go, there's the number. It was on the wrong side. It's number 8714, and this is a small. And I thought I would add, like right here, I would pop on and add a little flower on it. You know, you're decorating your Easter eggs. Yeah, she's got 2 really nice butterfly ones. I've got both of them. I love butterflies. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Sharon sprinkled me in. Hello, I hope you're having a good day. And of course, I put my brushes in the water already, so I'm back to sponges. So I'm gonna sponge this flower on right there. Just like that. Perfect. And if I can find my brush, let me find my little round brush. Here it is. This is just a real thin, this is a #1 round. I'm gonna get some of my turquoise on my brush, just like that a little bit. And I think I'll just go like, oh, I'm nervous now. Just add some little like lines out. Just like that on that one. And then I'm going to add coral on this one. Yeah, dots would be really cute. I'm going to do some dots and lines on those ones, on the other two, but I thought I'd put matching little flowers on these two. Like, you could decorate them any way you wanted. Just use your imagination. And you know what, Sherry? There's a couple of butterfly stencils, not just this one. Not to entice you more. Trust me, I know every time I go on the Paint and Share site, I add more and more to my cart. More and more. I'm placing an order tomorrow. Okay, so I'm just kind of gonna sponge that on there because of course I've already thrown my brushes in the water. And it's the same thing, so I'm just putting a flower on this one, a flower on that one. And these sponges do, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but do your guys' fingers get, just keep adding them up, Alicia. I know, that's what I do. So I'm just adding some flowers. Thank you, Renee. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we got another flower going there. And I'm going to do the same thing on that one. I'm just going to add little lines on that one. And I took just a little bit of paint off my brush, just in case I had too much. Because like I said, it's better to have less and then go back. Trust me, I messed up. I have a sweatshirt that I was stenciling on today, and I got it a little, I think I got a little bit of paint outside, and I tried cleaning it up. I'm making that vintage sole on it because that's my favorite. I love, love, love that stencil. So I dabbed it off, so I'm hoping I can fix that one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sponges either, but like I said, I thought I would give them a try today on the multiple colors. So these ones here, see on the green, I think I'll put some purple. Now you could, another thing you could do if you didn't want to just hand, you know, if you didn't want to do this by hand, you have plenty of flowers like sunflowers that have little dots in it. You could use that. You need a stencil sugar daddy. Hey girls, we all need a stencil sugar daddy. I agree. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go over to the side here, I think, because this is, I know I usually do this upside down to you, but girls, I gotta turn it this way or it's never ever gonna work for me. Sorry about that. So and if you had, I was looking like if you had the gingerbread stencil, you could use the little, like these little squiggly lines if you weren't comfortable with hand drawing or hand painting. I'm not an artist by any means. I'm just winging this. And if you don't like it, you could always go back and go over your egg with the color. You know, you might have to lightly sand it just to get rid of the bumps, but you could go back over it with your with the color of your egg. Sorry, I was concentrating. And of course you could leave your eggs plain. You could write, say you have 4 grandkids or 4 kids, you could write your kids' names on them. Or if you have more, you could write a couple an egg. You know, you could also add like some dots. Anywhere you wanted. Maybe not every row, but just random. So you could do that as well. Need to make that one a little darker. And then on this one, I'll do the green, I think. But it's cute to decorate them up like you would decorate, you know, but everybody's teasing. They're like, what are we going to do for eggs? Messy can be fun, yes. It's a painter's or a stenciler's manicure, right, guys? I saw somebody put that the other day, and it just cracked me up. I was like, that is so true. I just don't like to get it on my clothes. Usually I have my old yucky clothes on. Sometimes you use a piece of chalk. Oh, that is a great idea. Allie said she uses a piece of chalk to draw on a design, and then if she likes it, she would trace over it with the paint. I'm thinking that's what she said. So, and again, I'm sorry that I turned you the other way. Usually I try to get you the other way, but this is challenging for me. So I'm just doing a couple different designs here. And like I said, and you have lots of backgrounds, lots of background stencils. You could use any of those. Would be cute too. Where'd my paint go? There it is. And I'm just going to add some more dots. You could put little hearts on it, you know, just whatever you wanted, little butterflies. The little stencil I used had butterflies on it too, little bitty ones, I think. It did. No, this isn't the one, but there's another stencil. These are rather larger, but there's another one, butterfly one that has even smaller bunny stencils. What color paint is the basket? The basket is Deco Arts Espresso. Whoop. Sorry, it's always the opposite. So that's my little bunny. He's so cute. I love how he's just peeking out of that. Hi, Kathy, how are you? See how cute he is? He's just peeking out of that basket like the little rascal he is. Yeah, my son has 2 bunnies now. Their names are Olive. Oh, what's the other? Olive and Benny. And they are cute. One of the bunnies is one of those lop-eared bunnies. So this is stencil number 8748. Let me bring you up here. It's stencil number 8748. And I do have a new sign back here listing like the number of the stencil, my code, which is SIGNSHACK, SIGNSHACK, So you could save an additional 15%, but I think that's really cute. It's gonna look cute on the front door hanging. Just darling. I love his little face just peeking out there. I had a couple other, oh, I was gonna show you a couple other things real quick while I had you here that I'm gonna be doing here real soon. Not on a live, but I was thinking of doing these. I wanna change my pillows out on my front porch. I got a swing, an enclosed porch, and I thought about doing this one for one of the pillows. Isn't that pretty? It's the little things that make life wonderful. And I just thought that was, you can't see it, Dominica? And then this is another really pretty punny one, which would be pretty on a round also, but I'm gonna put it on a pillow. I'm sending this to my son and his girlfriend. I'm gonna put it on a pillow and mail it to him because like I said, they have bunnies, but I think this is really, really pretty. And it would be a pretty Easter one, but it would also be a pretty spring, you know, just in general spring stencil. And then of course I've got I love the gnomes. I do not have the new one. I have it in my cart. But I have this spring gnome. There's so many layers, but if you haven't, have you seen their gnomes? I'm sure everybody's familiar with their gnomes, but this is the last one I did. This is the little warm winter wishes guy. So he's so cute. And then I did the little, this is my favorite gnome though, because of these little legs right there. He's my favorite ever. I just love this guy. But anyhow, so I have the spring gnome, and this is another really cute one. I don't know if you can see the detail, but April just released a really cute new one that he has a pot, like a garden pot on his hat. But this is the one I ordered before I knew she was coming out with a new one. So it has the striped hat and the little potted plant with the tulip. And, you know, and then of course you got the beard. You got all the overlays here, but they're easy. They really are. Got a little birdhouse and some butterflies. And I would probably add more butterflies and flowers to this. And then, of course, the little legs. My stencils are sticking together with Hello Spring. And that is just darling. You're trying not to see them. Look away. Just look away, look away. It's, yeah, so those were just a couple of the spring ones I got. And I think I'm going to get the new borders too. I don't know if you saw the new borders that April, she just put a bunch of new releases out. And I think the new borders with most things, but I've done porch boards before. You know, I love this, having this framed effect, but it would look really pretty framed around a picture, the borders. I think there's butterflies, there's little flowers. I think there's one with bees that's so cute. And I know there's a bee gnome. That would be so cute with a bee gnome. But just ideas for spring to get your spring crafting on. Should we do, yeah, April wants to know, should we do another gnome live? I know I want all the gnomes. I want all the stencils and I want all the sizes. That's the whole problem, Jarita. I want them all. It's a problem. So yeah, so this is the stencil I did today, and this is the one, but let us know if you guys want us to do another gnome. Let us know if you would like to. Yes, no, what we would like to see. But this is the one we did today, the bunny in a basket. It is number 8748, and I did the 18-inch round, and he's so cute. I always go the wrong way, sorry, it's the opposite. But I just love them. And I feel like I was going to tell you one more thing. I don't know what. I know you don't want me to show you anything else. I don't have anything else to show, really. I was trying to do my sweatshirt before the live was over, or before the live started, to get it finished, and I rushed, and I think I messed it up. So I'm going to try and fix it. But yes, you can, Allie. It's a one-time coupon. So we want a gnome live. Okay, do the one with the pot. Maybe camping lives. Okay, camping would be good with summer coming up. I agree with that. You have a job and you need more. I know. I have a couple jobs and I still need more. Yeah, it's a one-time use coupon. So the stencil you saw me demonstrate today, oh, she loves gnomes. That's awesome. That'd be an awesome gift too. But the stencil I did today is on sale today and tomorrow, 20% off. You can save an additional 15% with my code SIGNSHACK, SIGNSHACK. And so that's for 2 days. And then you could use my code SIGNSHACK any other day of the week to always save 15%. And I appreciate you joining. And we'll see you next week. And I understand, Allie. That's why I'm waiting for the first of the month. That's exactly what I'm waiting for. I have my cart full and I'm like, okay, here we go. But yeah, so yeah, just let me know. And yeah, if you have any ideas that you would like to see summer gnome with the flip-flops, okay. Maybe we should do a poll on the paint and share and see which gnome gets the most votes for the next live. Or we could do, you know, seasonal gnomes, flip-flop gnomes. Yeah, me too, Rhonda. The first, yay! So, yeah, so everybody take care and I'll see you next Tuesday, okay? Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.